Hello everybody, welcome back to the 2020 Catch World Cup. This is our round of 16 matches. I am JB Hyperion, joined today by Sekra. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, I'm doing great. Coming off of our nice little suit podcast thing, you could call it.
It was very cool. I hope you all saw.
It was great. If you guys didn't see that, I'm pretty sure our fellow commentator Sartin will put that on YouTube sometime. Pretty much run over the group stages. But anyways, getting into the next match of today, Germany versus Mexico. Two very strong teams.
Yeah, Mexico victors in Group D, containing Italy that we saw play a little earlier today. And Germany, unfortunate losers, or runners-up, should I say, in Group E. So both of those two groups had really tense tiebreakers that decided the fate of the group, who would go first and who would go second. So the victors of one tiebreaker and the losers of another will be battling it out in the round of 16. Reminder that this is a double elimination format tournament, so neither team losing here will be eliminated. They'll just drop down to the losers bracket. Winner will, of course, stay in the winners bracket.
Yep. Are you implying that we're going to have another tiebreaker this week, possibly?
I mean, I don't want to imply anything, because we have already seen a tiebreaker in our earlier match between Italy and Taiwan, and they were obviously the two of the teams that came out on opposite sides of their group's tiebreakers, so it would be very fitting if this match went to a tiebreaker as well, don't you think?
It would be really fitting. I don't know who would win that match on the tiebreaker between these two teams.
Well, maybe we'll find out. Mexico looking very strong, have done for all of the past year, gotten a little bit more depth in their roster with Ponchiwi's return to the Mexico side. Germany, generally a team that gets stronger as the tournament goes on, but unfortunately their roster is going in a slightly different direction with one of their key players, especially for hidden, Umara, is I don't think going to be available this weekend. Is that correct?
I do not think so. He might play, but I don't think he should, or I don't think he would because of his eye problems. He said he's going to take about a 3-month break so that way he can fully heal, come back.
Wow, that is serious. So best of wishes to him in his recovery if it is that serious.
Anyways, getting on to the first warm-up. Got Mucha Lucha.
You ever watch this cartoon as a kid?
I actually saw like a few episodes of it, and that's about it. This wasn't one of my favorites. I was more of a Chowder kind of guy, if you know that one.
I do not, I'm afraid.
Maybe it's just American then.
This was a cartoon that was a little bit kind of after my time, but I watched it a bit with some of young cousins and other relatives. I don't remember this particular song though, unfortunately.
It sounds a little familiar.
I remember the Lucha Lucha at the end, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, is it because CX Lucha? Wait. Oh my gosh. CX Lucha, the player for the Mexican team, and then Mucha Lucha.
So, are we trying to say that Lucha, the player, is actually a voice actor for a cartoon from 15 years ago, or...?
That would be pretty cool.
Was this like one of these 6 degrees of separation thing where you to another by saying this person is related to this who worked on this, and then we suddenly discover that like
everything
one of the German players is like a third cousin of one of the Mexican players.
Dude, my brain is blasted already. It's only been like 7 minutes.
Well, we got warm-up number 2 now. DM Dokuro, a horror born of pollution and insatiable hunger. Interesting difficulty name.
Map by Daki-chan. I wonder
that probably fits quite nicely with the
German theme.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, this map is a bunch of like 1/16 plate walk kind of things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So should be pretty high and up there. 14.3 stars as we see at the bottom.
A little tricky.
Yeah, typical Daki-chan map, if I'm being honest.
So after the German warm-up of just over 2.5 minutes concludes, we'll be getting into our roles between the captains. Winner of the role will get to pick first, and the loser of the role will get to ban first. So do get your role predictions in the chat if you'd like to see how close you can get.
We're going to get another tie like we had earlier today.
Oh, I didn't see the 99 tie between Hong Kong and France. I joined at the scoreline, I think it was like 1-1, and then I watched the rest of the match. But I did hear that, I saw the clip earlier as well. That was pretty hype, as you can expect.
Insane, honestly, that happened. See Loom coming in with the hit in as well as Vinci. Also, shout out to Loom, by the way. He's been setting some pretty nice scores. If you haven't seen them, he got a hit in Hard Rock SS on the Pretender, which is our last round's tiebreaker.
Who was, I wouldn't say unknown before this year's CWC, but he was definitely like less kind of well known than most of the rest of the German roster who had been around for quite some time, and he's definitely stepping up to the plate in a brilliant way.
Yeah, who the hell is Loom? Pretty much.
That is one of the great memes of CWC so far this year.
Glorious. That's been a meme for a long time. It's only coming out back now.
Well, he's doing a great job of being remembered thus far.
Yeah, he is. Who's gonna break combo? Oh, there it is. Vinci.
Everyone.
Yep.
I always find it very interesting how, like not just Daki-chan in particular. There's a lot of similar kind of styles, but they managed to make 14-star maps out of really calm songs.
Right?
That is an art form in itself.
I just purely don't understand how it manages to happen, but it does.
Some very interesting 2B slider patterns going on there. Even the calm sections aren't calm and trivial.
They're never calm in a Daki-chan map, let's be honest. They may look calm. Well, actually, that doesn't really look that calm.
Oh, some vertical steps there.
Yep. Those are actually all walks, if you didn't know. Some players I saw trying to tap dash them. Very hard to tap dash that. Also, thank you to Vexakita for the 5 gifted subs.
Yeah, this man, or woman, I guess, has been an absolute tear so far this CWC, giving plenty of love to members of our community. So thank you again. 65 gift subs thus far. Thank you for supporting the stream and tournaments in general. They're awesome thanks to your support. And everyone who got that gift sub, enjoy your new badge. Wear it with pride.
This map is just so brutal. I don't know how some people can play this.
Well, some people cannot, as we see the double fail from the no-fail players on the side of Mexico, but that will be the second warm-up concluded. Also, Loki, I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, I love these little jingles that play at the end of each map now.
Yeah.
They're really nifty.
It's pretty
really
nice.
Chill.
Alright, we got some nice roll predictions.
Yeah, plenty coming out. Let's see if anyone was close. Ooh, a 98.
That's a big
from
one.
Daxaros, the Mexican captain.
We're gonna get a 99.
Another 98 would be pretty insane right about now.
Anything, any one of those 98, 99, 100. Any of those would be pretty sick.
Well, there's not much chance, but there's not a 0. There's definitely a chance.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Germany had some blowing on the dice there to get a good roll, but it's not quite going to be enough. What are these rolls today?
It's actually kind of mind-boggling. We get 2 99s, and we get a 98 and a 96 here.
These guys are pulling out all the stops, even for the rolls. But it will be Germany losing the roll, and therefore banning first.
What do you think that the German team is going to ban? real quick here?
I think anything from Hard Rock is probably a sensible ban from them. We've seen some excellent strengths from Mexico
It's true. I think
on that
the
mod.
beginning is going to be the ban right here. Either that or Hidden 2. I think they might go for Hidden 2. Oh, it is the beginning. My initial gut feeling was correct, but then I
So
changed
not
it.
wanting any, you baited yourself, you switched.
Yeah.
Taking
was
the
like-
AR8 hidden off the table, which we've seen very kind of common throughout the group stage already,
Yep.
with La Fuite de Jeu being taken down several times. We'll wait and see what Mexico are going to strike back with, though.
Probably going to ban something like Nomad 3, I'd assume. That's
Germany
what I
are a
would-
very consistent team on Nomad in particular,
Yeah,
so
and
a
the
Nomad
Nomad
ban
3.
would be wise from them.
Nomad 3 in particular is a bit of a wonky kind of RNG pick, in my opinion.
With the circle size of 4.8 on that map, right? The Imai Lisa or Zootopia difficulty. So requiring a little bit more from the precision aspect, but it's actually going to be a hidden 2. So all the low AR hidden is completely obliterated from the face of the world.
Good. I'm happy.
I'm a bit less happy, but it's
That's-
not about what I want.
That is true. It's all about what the players want. I guess none of them want to play low AR Hidden today, which is perfectly fine. I'm a little surprised though that Mexico would come back with the Hidden 2 ban after their opponents banned Hidden 3. They show a weakness on playing low AR Hidden, and then they ban the other one, which
You
suggests
think that if neither of them liked it, they would both have like an agreement to
Yeah.
neither ban it, but also neither pick it.
Mhm.
But if a match goes to the end, then it might have to be picked eventually. So maybe they just want to leave nothing to chance. What if they pick
number
Feel
one.
You now? Oof. That would be like the ultimate troll. Like both teams ban hidden, and then the first pick is the remaining hidden.
Sky is over is my guess. Hard Rock 1.
With the circle size of 5.85 and the low BPM, that is a very tricky map that requires a little bit of memorization.
I feel like Mexico might try to come out of the gate strong with that. That's a pick that you can really catch people off guard with. So yeah, that or they're gonna go to TT, I'd assume. Back to
Hard
Hard
Rock
Rock
2 is going to be their selection. So right mod, but not quite the correct pick. So
Close
I'll give you half a point for that one.
Yay.
This is a very interesting map, and if you've been following the kind of recent changes in star rating and PP, I'd be interested to see if this map gets a buff, because especially the specific difficulties, because this is a very old mapping style, and Hard Rock is in particular makes it even more kind of wonky and jagged and deformed than it would be with no mod.
The thing I will say though is I think this is probably the easiest Hard Rock pick for people that don't play Hard Rock like every day, you know? It's the more standard one, easier to read on AR10, I'd assume.
The convert is very kind of accessible to people who play Hard Rock a lot.
Yeah.
The Hard Rock 1, as I said, is quite low density in BPM, so unless
all
you want to
about
just
reading.
memorize the whole thing, it's pretty difficult. This is quite high density, so it's... I think, yeah, you're right. It's more applicable to players who are very reactionary and don't kind of read AR10 that often.
Yep.
So
Probably more comfortable than most other maps in the pool as well, because let's be honest, who hasn't played this map? I think there's very few people who haven't played this map.
this was a very popular map when, like, in the kind of year that I started the game. When admittedly there weren't that many catch-specific maps at all to choose from, but I remember this one being quite fun. But adding Hard Rock and it being the opening pick of the round of 16 in the World Cup, maybe a bit less fun. We'll see how the
Just
players
maybe.
get on.
Now I'm assuming that we're going to be getting quite a lot of hiddens added on here, because both of these teams play a lot of hidden Hard Rock.
Yeah, it's interesting that they'll be adding hidden when hidden has been banned, but of course both the low AR hiddens are what has been
That is
taken
true.
away.
Yeah, as
High
I
AR hidden is
said,
much more fair game to these players, as you
you
said.
had 3 of them coming out from Loom, Vinci, and Daxros.
Yeah, 2 on the side of Germany and 1 on the side of Mexico. Remembering that, of course, in Catch Score V2, Hidden doesn't have a score multiplier above 1, so this is purely just whether they find it easier or more difficult to read. No tactical benefit, really, in picking Hidden for more score, as we see an early miss from Inryoku before the spinner.
Yeah, and as well as Vinci too, and finds another one right there. Just traded right back by Astra.
Yeah, so it's effectively 2 misses to 1 on the side of Germany to Mexico. So Mexico going to be taking an early advantage. Loom, Daxaros, and Kasha hitting 200 combo now.
Yep, they all hit that stream, which is a little difficult to block. They all got it though. Straya finds another miss, which is going to bring the favor back into Germany.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate because it came just as they were about to hit 200 combo, whereas Inryoku and Vinci have both hit that 200 combo now. That score difference is coming down fast, and Germany will be taking the lead at the halfway mark. This is the importance of the early miss from the German players as opposed to missing in the middle as we saw from Astrea.
Here we go, getting into the more streamy parts. Vinci finds a miss on one of those.
Yeah, just dashing away from that, like the vertical stream just a little bit too quickly, I think.
Wow, he actually wiggled that little standstill stream. Kasho finds a miss though to trade it back with Vinci. Favorite gonna go slightly in Germany's lead, there we go, but Inryoku, just as they take the lead, brings it back into Mexico.
Still a quarter of the map to go. A double miss from Germany, Inryoku and Vinci. Loom still holding on to that double S as Vinci drops again.
That double miss kind of like sealed the deal right there.
Yeah, there's no huge fail potential, just a fairly calm, long stream at the end here. So this one is going to be a victory on opening pick for Mexico. Some back and forth action going on there throughout, but it will be a fairly comfortable win for Mexico in the end by about 130,000 points.
You have Loom with the SS, Daxos, 1 drop miss, still a good score.
Yeah, very great play from both of those players to open their accounts. Germany get to pick next, so they don't need to feel too nervous just yet. They have a chance to pick something that they feel super comfortable on to even the score.
Feel like they might go for one of the convert no mod picks. Possibility.
Yeah, they have 2 available. Both Dancer in the Discord and Gardens Under a Spring. Gardens Under a Spring Sky would be very interesting here because it's very similar to the pick we've just seen.
Yeah.
About circle size 5 because it's just naturally smaller fruit size, very streamy, lots of kind of tap dashing 1/4 patterns. But maybe Germany don't want to pick that if they feel that Mexico picked something very similar and did well on it.
The way I see these two teams is they both kind of share similar strengths. We are going right to no mod.
This is no mod 4,
Yes.
Byome wa Aidata.
I'd say this is the most difficult no mod pick. Would you agree?
I believe this is, yeah, probably up there. Like, there's a lot of other maps that have some difficult sections, but I think this one is very consistently difficult throughout, and it features a lot of different kind of styles of play and mapping that you really can't switch off. Coming to us courtesy of our map pool selector, Ken.
Getting a lot of people supporting Loom in the chat.
Well, rightly so. He's had a really good first opening play.
Oh yeah.
If a man's winning, keep him on the team.
Seems like we're just about to get started.
had 3 MP settings commands. Maybe there's something having a little bit of difficulty, but it looks like we are settled now. Our ref Walter readying up the players. Going to be getting into game number 2 of this round of 16 encounter between Germany and Mexico. Mexico winning their opening pick. Germany looking to equalize on their own.
Here we go.
Going to sync up all of the players and we'll be underway. I'm not sure whether a calm and fairly innocuous start makes you more comfortable that you can settle in, or more nervous because no one's expecting to miss.
Oh, I think it's definitely more on the nerves end, especially on this map, because a lot of these jumps are pretty far and sometimes a little tricky to hit. Especially considering, yeah, we see you miss right there from Vinci on that little triplet right there.
Yeah, pretty much exactly as the 200 combo mark was hit, the pretty much worst possible place to miss.
Yeah, but the thing is, that is also somewhat of a good place to miss, you could say, because he missed at about 190 combo, which means his miss is going to be less effective than that one from Astrea right there.
Yeah, right before that little break section. So as it's coming into a more intense section now, everyone else still holding on to full combos. Daxaros with a tiny accuracy drop, but Vinci with a major drop there.
Right as
He's going to break combo.
This guy is allergic to hitting 200 combo, it seems, on this map.
It does seem that way, unfortunately. He's going to need to remedy that one. You can see he's already down about 60,000 points on Inryoku holding the double S.
That's quite a bit. Alright, can you hit it? It's the true test. Oh, he hit 200 combo. Another slow part right here. Some far jumps, but not that far. Shouldn't expect any misses in this part.
Yeah, still 2 full combos on either side. Loom, Inryoku, Kasho, and Daxaros.
Everybody hitting that little transition right there. Now, I am quite surprised that we still have 4 FCs up until this point.
Yeah, neither team majorly blinking just yet. Some of these slide of velocity changes do get more intense as the map goes on, so the hardest parts yet to come as we come into the final 1/3 of the map.
Yep. Actually still have an SS from Inuyoko, which is pretty difficult considering all these sliders.
Crucially, in the break, each of the players will have been able to see the score of their allies and their opponents. They'll know who's missed, who's still holding, and that the difference is very marginal. Only about 40,000 points at this stage.
Only one miss separates them, and that's that one miss coming in from Daxaros on the slow part. A little tricky slow part, though. It's going to be huge and might be able to turn the tides back into Germany's favor. That's
Astrea's drop as well is going to be huge, but Inryoku and Vinci both drop on the side of Germany. Like, just as Germany were about to take the lead, Mexico and Loom dropping as well. Traded by Astrea, but that is the final full combo down for Germany.
Kasho just misses
held on
though.
just a little longer, but 2 falls.
Yeah, but look at the combos. Oh, the end came too soon.
Yeah, Daxaros was still holding that 200 combo though, so I think it would have taken a
Yeah.
lot longer, a lot like extra combo for Germany to make a comeback there. But that's going to be a break point. Mexico taking a 2-0 lead. Much closer, only about 25,000 points, but still no joy for Germany yet in this match.
Yeah, it's in the range of only one miss right there, 25,000 points. So one single miss could have just changed everything right there.
The double miss in like the final Ki, I think, for Vinci really kind of set them down the road. Loom's miss with Astrea was traded, so no kind of major issue there. But yeah, just like the start of the map for Vinci was very kind of unfortunate to just not be able to hold that kind of long combo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get a little bit of a DJ client going on there.
Wow, actually getting this pick. I can say that I did not expect this, which is going to be Hard Rock 3, I believe.
Yes, so Castaway, the converted standard difficulty in this round's map pool.
I think we're going to get the same rosters as the previous Hard Rock pick. Be a little surprised if we get something different.
Yeah, this is bread and butter convert hard rock play for anyone who's a hard rock or a hidden hard rock player of a regular basis. Circle size of 5.2 and approach rate of 10. Very, very standard hard rock settings.
There is
fairly approachable BPM of 173 as well, and not too long.
There is one memory jump, I believe, somewhere in the middle, from my experience. That's going to be very tricky for some players to catch. It's going to be a test to see if they've actually memorized the map, because even if you can read AR10 like a god, it's going to be very difficult to hit that one jump. It's right in the middle of the map too, very short map, only 219, very low max combo.
So it looks like we're going to have Lucha jumping in for Mexico for the first time in the match, replacing Astrea from the previous Hard Rock pick. And Marv Mallow going to be making their debut on the roster this week for Germany, subbing in for Vinci.
Enrico in the chat saying, "Sight read, let's go." Oh no. It's not a good idea for this map. If you're watching, make sure to get that jump in the middle somewhere. Just be prepared for it.
Here we go then. Game number 3. Mexico looking to storm into their commanding position with a 3-0 victory if they can win their own pick. Germany really do need a break point right about now.
Oh yeah.
In order to keep themselves in this one.
Without this break point here, it's going to be a little bit of dire times to get those last 6 points, while Mexico only needs 3 points.
We see another 3 hidden additions, Lucha, Daxaros, and Loom. Everyone else opting to just take Hard Rock. Casho and Marv Mallow with early misses at pretty much the same combo, but the second miss from... Oh, actually, no. Multiple misses traded on both teams there. Triple miss from Germany. My kind of commentary made immediately obsolete by that triple miss. Mexico taking the advantage as Marv Mallow takes another drop.
Marmel struggling quite a bit on this pick so far.
Yeah, only just now coming back up into S rank accuracy territory.
See, he's already down about 100,000 points, but CX Lucha finds a miss.
Yeah, was holding on to that double S, but does find a miss just as I was about to mention that. Casho now back up at 200 combo. Mexico have a pretty handy advantage right now, about 130,000. And this is not a long map.
Casho does find a miss. It's going to bring the favor back into Germany's lead if they can hold these combos for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, Marv Mallow hits 200. Casho drops again. Chalucha now not at 200 combo. Germany are in the perfect position to turn this one around, and the score difference is rapidly coming.
There it is. Taking the lead. They can still find a miss at the end here, but it's very unlikely considering this ending is not too difficult compared to the rest of the map. There we go.
Great recovery from Team Germany to snatch a breakpoint back there now. There were definite nerves at the beginning of that one. You can see all of the players struggling just a little bit. Loom and Inryoku both having that exact same 474 combo, but they recovered really nicely to take a breakpoint, so they're still in this one. Germany to pick next in Game 4.
Yeah, huge props to Marmelo especially because I know that from experience, missing so many notes in just the first few hundred combo of the map. It's just such a demotivating experience, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And to be able to come back and FC the rest of the map, very impressive. Good job.
Yeah, that's a lot of strength in character there, and hopefully they can carry that on for the following matches and games, because there's still a long way left in this one. This is not going to be easy for Mexico by any means.
I wonder if we're gonna ever see the last Hard Rock pick.
We've got one victory for both teams now, so it's going to be difficult. No one's going to want to kind of feel comfortable picking it as a guaranteed point. So I think if we see the last Hard Rock, it's probably going to be late in the game when options are running a little bit thin.
Yep.
But do Germany stick with no mod, or do they try something a little bit more spicy? They definitely didn't lose by a significant margin on Biomewa Aidata.
No, it wasn't that much.
But do they have the confidence to try again?
I think we might get double time from Mexico after this map. But for Germany, oh, that's spicy.
So Germany are going to go for the remaining hidden pick. Not immediately, but we have seen 2 hidden bans, one from each team, and now Germany opting to pick the third. This is very different from the other 2 hidden picks in the pool. A lot more technical, a lot faster and higher approach rate, less kind of focused on low approach rate reading and more on positioning after hyperdashes.
This map is also probably, I'd say, the most friendly map to non-hidden players. So if you're more of a top player who doesn't play hidden, then you might be able to play this, get a lucky score, you know.
We're going to see Firu jumping in place of Casho for this one, and no changes to the German roster. We did see Casho have a little bit of a tough time towards the end of the previous pick, so maybe he just needs 5 minutes to clear the mind and practice something else, get back on track. Lots of support for both teams in the chat. That's great to see.
Oh yeah. It's always nice. Look at that, we got a 1v1 going on.
Firu and Vinci opting to take it solo. But we are underway, everyone readied up and synced together. Firu with an early miss there. Just not quite dashing far enough for that standstill slider. And again, not having a great time so far.
Yeah, this intro is a little bit tricky at some points. Lots of wiggles.
You can see a lot of vertical patterns creeping in here, requiring the players to snap precisely to their destination and not overshoot. Also some wiggles being combined in as well, and one of those catches Vinci out at about the 280 combo mark, but Firu and Chalucha both have a miss there. So 2 misses on Mexico to just 1 more miss from Vinci on the side of Germany. Germany taking about a 60,000 point lead thus far as we come to 1/3 entry.
Those double full combos really pulling in pretty strong here for Germany.
Yeah, Marv Mallow and Loom both still holding double S's at this point. Vinci just hits 200 combo, but Marv and Chalucha both trade a miss. So Germany going to be extending their... Oh no, I was about to say extending their advantage, but there's a drop from Vinci right at that breakdown section. And that drop from Loom is going to be really problematic. Mexico are going to be right back in this one. Vinci now just kind of stealing the show. Everyone else seems to have frozen in place very briefly.
Yeah, he needs to catch up on his points a little bit. Get a little bit more of a tally on everyone else, you know. There we go. possible that we might have had a drop? Do you think?
Everyone kind of reconnected and continued except Marv there. We see a drop from Firu, but with the score, we really can't be sure what's going on right now because two of Germany's players are. And Marv has now resynced. Sorry, Vinci has instead, but Marv we do not know.
There we go.
He is quite a long way behind, though.
It's fine, I'll catch up.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes down to the wire when there's just one player and it's an inevitable fate. Lucha with the drop there, though. Daxaros still holding on to a full combo, I believe. But I don't know if that's going to be enough.
I think
we're going to have to wait and see.
He has to FC the rest of it, I think, to be able to have a chance.
We're waiting now to find out. The time is running out, but that score difference is rapidly coming down. And based on the lobby chat, it looks like Germany have taken this one. Walter calling out a second point for Germany. And it looks like it's going to be a victory for Germany by 16,000 points. So great recovery there from Marv Mallow. Unfortunate we couldn't get that sorted out and all synced up nicely. So that is going to be 2 points for Germany. So they take their own pick for the first time, and it's squared up at 2 each. Now we get interesting.
Match. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Coming into No Mod 5. I think, right? No, this is No Mod.
No, this is No Mod 3, the CS 4.8 map that we were talking about at the top of the stream.
I get my numbers mixed up sometimes, but it's okay.
Interestingly, we said that this was something that Germany might be very confident in playing as well, so Mexico must be feeling pretty hard about this one. So yeah, once again, do apologize for the sync issue there. It kind of ruined the suspense just a little bit, but do follow the MP link. I don't know if we even have the MP link. I think Nightbot might be sleeping at the moment.
I think
Puffbuck is doing a great job keeping everyone updated, so do follow that if we have any more issues. Bandori World Cup makes a return. Oh, no. We didn't see any in the group stage, but it's not left us forever.
Think we'll get any next week?
Not quite sure actually. We've seen two sets of map pools that look some very similar in some ways, but very different in other ways. And we had one of our selectors, Rugoku, mentioning after the showcase last week that they were looking into making things much more diverse and generally spicy. So interesting to see how that scales and what their plans are for that. But we'll have to wait until tomorrow evening, of course, to find out that.
So you're saying instead of Pop and Party, we're going to get some Roselia?
I mean, no. I'd like to say no. Can we remove idols and just have like Utaite
we
versions?
heard the calls. We're gonna bring back Love Live.
No, we need Hanatan. That's what we need. We need Hanatan. We need some 96 Neko.
That'd be pretty nice, actually. Just getting ready for the two teams to get ready, I guess. Should be almost there.
Lots of Go Netherlands hype in the chat. Are you guys watching the right match? Looking like Inryoku had a little bit of trouble readying up, so or at least leaving the lobby maybe, so they've given him the boot, and our teams are ready. Casho going to be coming back in for Lucha, feeling rested and refreshed and ready to nomad.
You know, I think the Netherlands are a huge favorite to win this match. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are the irrepressible third force that neither Germany or Mexico have seen coming.
Yeah.
They're just waiting in the shadows to unleash their game changer.
Alright, here we go, right into the map. This intro has some tricky patterns, not too much though.
Yeah, the main difficulty point here is the small fruit size and Zootopia or Emilysa's usage of strong hyperdashes into anti-flowing sliders, as we see an early miss from Loom, giving Mexico an early advantage. Everyone else navigating to 200 combo without too much difficulty, although we do see a few droplet misses.
Another miss from Loom as well.
Yeah, this isn't a very long map. We're about halfway through already, so the score advantage is ticking quite healthily in favor of Mexico right now.
Oh yeah, it's pretty huge.
About 100k.
It's only getting bigger as well. Fewer finds the first mix for the side of Mexico though.
Yeah, they require 2 misses, and that's one of them. But Loom with another drop. He's played very well thus far, but maybe the pressure is starting to get to him.
Vinci as well, finding a miss right about the 560 combo mark.
Yeah, there's really not a lot time left in this map, so I think this is going to be a fairly convincing win for Team Mexico with the 2 FCs. Marv Mallow going to take the SS by the looks of things, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
It's just dropping a droplet right at the very end.
Aww.
So there we have it, 2 FCs and one miss from Mexico. Very strong performance by them. Loom struggling a little bit to maintain a combo, and Vinci just having a little bit of a drop fiesta towards the end, but otherwise fairly even. Germany picking next, and you think double time is still on the cards for them, yes?
I think double time is on the cards for both of these teams. I think they're kind of like scared of each other, so they're not picking it. You know what I mean? That's how I view it as a spectator. Because you see the German lineup, you have a lot of great double time players, and Mexico has. They've always been known as that hard rock double time team for the past years. I could see something like DT2 coming out from Germany here.
Yeah, at the moment we have most of the Nomad pool, all of the double time pool, and then 1 hard rock still available. Obviously each team's captain has 2 minutes to decide their pick. And now with the scoreline at 2-3, decisions really matter. There are very few free points on offer anymore.
Yeah, all the remaining maps are pretty much toss-ups, I'd say, between these two teams.
Yeah, both teams very strong on Nomad, and it's going to be Alexithymia, Nomad 2, I believe. The QRA specific.
Kind of strikes me as a little surprising because I'd say this map and the last one were somewhat similar. Not really, but they're both kind of consistency Nomad picks a little bit. The Zootopia map that we just saw, not super consistency based, but it has some patterns like the wiggles. There were a few of them that this map kind of uses. So I'm a little surprised to see Germany coming out with this pick. I would have thought maybe they'd go either double time or hard rock.
I think in defense of this pick from Germany, the circle size is a lot bigger. For the most part, the flow is a little bit more comfortable, so they don't have to worry quite so much about like precision changing direction. There's still quite a lot of anti-flow patterns towards the end with very kind of typical QRA mapping with like the triangles or the anti-flowing repeat sliders. So maybe Germany are banking on building a lead at the beginning where they feel very comfortable in their catcher control, and then Mexico just not being able to bring it back at the end.
Yeah, maybe, but Germany, as of now, they haven't been playing that well on the intros of maps. We saw earlier on Vinci was struggling on the intro of a map. We saw Marmello struggling on the intro of that Hard Rock pick, and then we also saw Loom just then struggling on that last map in the intro.
Well, they haven't swapped any players out. It's going to be the same 3 players from both teams. So obviously they're feeling that that was either a one-off that they don't need to worry about, or this is just so far away from the previous picks that they don't need to worry about previous form. We'll see if either of those assumptions are well-founded or not as we come into Game 6. .100 combo reached by all players without difficulty. A little bit more anti-flow creeping in now, but it's mostly all 1/2 rhythms.
Got the first droplet missed by Casio on the top. Probably won't matter, but it's something.
Everyone hitting 200 combo with no difficulties. We see a few accuracy drops from Vinci and Marv Mallow as well. It's going to tie the favor ever so slightly towards Mexico, but it is basically a complete tie so far still at this point.
Here we go, going into the first key eye with these 1/4 hyper dashes. Finding a first miss from Vinci right about the 400 combo mark right before the break. He's going to notice that. He's going to see everyone on the team of Mexico's FCing.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't beat himself up about that, because it is very easy to think like, I'm the weak link. I need to be more consistent, and then you put more pressure on yourself, and then you play worse. But this is quite a long map. We're only about halfway through, so there is still plenty of time to recover. And with these dense patterns here, you can rebuild back up to that 200 combo very quickly.
Oh, Razy gets to the 200 point, he misses it right before it.
There is some serious 200 combo curse going on in there, especially for the side of Germany in this game.
You know, I think because he missed right before 200 combo, if Mexico gets a double miss, then it's going to be favored in Germany just slightly, like maybe just a few hundred points.
We saw a miss from Firu, but it was followed up pretty quickly by one from Marv Mallow as well, so the gap is still at about 60,000 right now. And not really changing. Ooh, everyone coming to a little bit of a halt, but we're okay. I'll be interested to see if anyone trips up on these little anti-flowing triangle patterns, because a lot of them come after 1/4 hyper dashes.
Seems like everyone's doing just fine on them for now.
Still 3 full combos, but 2 of them are on the side of Team Mexico.
Another miss from Fury that we didn't notice that fast. Gonna need one more at the very end. I don't think it's gonna happen though. That's gonna be a point for Mexico. Making it 40.
Is another 40,000 point difference. Great performance from Loom and Daxteros with a double S. Just, I think, 2 droplet misses maybe from Casio, but still keeping the FC, and only 2 misses from Firu. Marv Mallow having a little bit of a difficulty towards the end there. Close match, but it is going to be another break point for Mexico. So Mexico, 1 pick away from potentially securing a match point. There's a few no mods, 1 hard rock, and all the double times available.
You have a lot of options.
Nomad and Hard Rock have both been a fairly mixed affair, with some victories and some losses for both teams.
Going on to double time. The long double time.
I think this is probably the slightly more comfortable of the double time options available.
I'd agree.
DT2 is quite short, but is incredibly high BPM. And DT3 is very long and consistency focused with some expected convert patterns.
Yeah, a lot of pixel jumps in there that recently got buffed.
Inryoku just dropped his Ash trait and is now going to play with Ash all around the room.
That doesn't sound very healthy.
Yes, Germany are in a little bit of a tight spot right now. They need the best environment possible. Maybe that's not the greatest idea. Ponchiwi going to be making an arrival in the match. Just almost missed him sneaking back in there.
Yeah, actually. You would think that he would have played some maps earlier on, but not yet. It's first map.
He didn't play in last year's World Cup, but in previous years he was the captain and widely considered the carry. And I think a lot of that pressure kind of got to him and affected his performance quite a bit. So maybe Mexico are deciding to use him a lot more sparingly, keep him as fresh as possible and not try and put too much pressure on him.
He also hasn't been playing the game as much recently. He used to be like top 10 player, but now I don't even know what his rank is nowadays. I think it's somewhere in the 50s. I'm not sure. Still a great player though.
49. You can have a proximity point.
Close. I said 50. One off.
Yeah, Inryoku coming in for Vinci on the side of Germany, and I think seeing an early miss. Ponchiwi has similar accuracy. Kasho has very low accuracy, so I'd be curious to see if that was a miss.
Yep.
Ponchiwi was just an accuracy drop, but Kasho does combo break, as does Marshmallow, and Inryoku with another drop. Loom the only full combo remaining on Team Germany.
Missing this early into a map like this, not really the best of looks. You're going to want to build a good combo in the beginning of this while it remains a little bit easier than the rest. Maybe it's a good thing actually, because then you get rid of your nerves from full comboing.
Well,
it is also a thing.
Depends on whether you know if the opposition is full comboing or not, because if you know, you are basically forced to FC the rest of the map.
Right
that
now,
can be quite pressurous.
Looking pretty strong right now. They have 2 full combos, and Inryoku finds another miss, which isn't going to spell out good things for the side of Germany.
Yeah, the score gap had settled there at about 50,000, but it's now going to start increasing again whilst Inryoku builds combo once again. Still 2 full combos and 1 very early miss on the side of Mexico. They are putting in big scores right now.
Something I've noticed is that Loom and CX Lucha both have hidden double time SSs, which is pretty good on this map considering there's a lot of wonky droplets that can be easy to miss with double time.
Marshmallow gonna miss, yeah, right before the spinner and the break, unfortunately. And everyone's gonna know about that with a 110,000 point difference or thereabouts.
Yeah, it's only gonna build up. It's gonna build up to about 160,000, providing no more misses.
It's gonna build up to a bit more if Marshmallow drops again.
Oh yeah.
We've only got maybe 30 seconds, maybe even less left in the map as Kasho finds a drop, but I think that on its own is not going to be able to put a dent in the score difference.
You're going to need both Ponchiwi and Lucha to miss at this point, but Marshmallow misses not the person you wanted to miss if you're side of Germany. I think that's going to spell out the 5-2 here, bringing it to match point.
You are correct about that one. A fairly convincing win in the end for Team Mexico. One of the players left the lobby a bit instantly, which unfortunately ruins the score. Please, players, do not do that. But I think that was about a 140,000 point victory for 147,000 points
Punchy was just
for
too
Team
fast.
Mexico.
He came in, FC'd the first map he's ever played in this
right,
round.
I'm done. See you
Instantly
next
left.
week.
Yep. My job here is done. I FC'd. That's a great feeling, though, to have. Play one map, FC it, know that you did your job. Now I wonder what Germany's going to pick here. They got backs against the wall.
Yeah, they got to win 3 picks in a row now. 2 of their own and 1 of Mexico's.
And then the tiebreaker.
To force a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Looking pretty rough. I think the best bet would probably be... I kind of want to say Hard Rock 1. As much as it sounds awkward, I think it's the best bet they have.
I mean, Germany have tried No Mod twice now and they lost both times.
Yeah.
Hard Rock at least had a 1-for-1 trade. Of course, the Hard Rock pick they could select is quite different than both of the other Hard Rock options they've already seen so far in this match, in that it's very low density, very low BPM, and very high CS, so small fruit size. And they really are taking their time to decide here.
Oh yeah. I mean, you kind of have to. If you pick wrong, then you're gone.
You're in the loser's bracket.
Nomad 5 is going to be the pick. The consistency Nomad pick the convert side.
Yeah, stats are in the Discord, going to be coming up next. High BPM, lots of 1/2 strong dashes, a lot more 1/4 dashes as well than we saw in Tengaku from the group stage.
Yep. Pretty much like a harder version of Tengaku. Also a banger song.
It really is a pretty cool song. Not going to deny that one.
What's the length on this? 412? Ooh. That means you have to map platter if you want to rank a set. Unless there's a spinner at the end. I kind of forgot if there was. Not too sure.
You can see the contrast in the lobby chat between the two teams. Mexico chatting normally, discussing. Germany showing up, selecting their pick, and then
Dead
zipping.
silence. Except for the
They need to be laser focused right now.
They must have. They needed to let Mexico know about the ash can. That was too important, though. The winner of this match will go on to face the winner of the China-Belgium match coming tomorrow, I believe.
Yes, China are obviously strong favourites for that one, but I do love a good underdog story. So,
Oh, yeah.
big Belgium fan.
I'm rooting for Belgium as well. If Belgium do manage to pull that off, they've just earned themselves a profile banner, which you can now buy for $250 on the OSA store.
Yeah, go support your team. Go support streams and tournaments just like this one. Keep OS and tournaments running as awesome as they do. So please do go buy one to support your team if you so wish. You can pick one up for all of the teams that are in the round of 16.
Yep.
Anyone you see on stream this weekend will have one. And if you pick the team that wins the whole shebang, you get to keep it on your profile to say how awesome you are at predicting.
See that link, that Puff linked in the chat? Click it. There you go. That's where you get your own banners.
Back to this match though, obviously match point for Mexico, but it's Germany's pick. Everyone reaching 200 combo without too much difficulty, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is not going to be decided in the first 30 seconds.
Definitely not. Everybody hitting that little stream pattern right there. Coming into the first ki. Vincey finds the first miss on a little jump right there.
Yeah, coming up to about 20% of the way through the map. On its own, not going to be a problem. That second miss from Vinci is going to be a little bit more problematic, though.
Yeah.
When you miss in a difficult pattern, sometimes you can kind of just immediately just not pay attention to it to focus on the next pattern. But when you miss right at the end of a strong section or right before a break, during that downtime, you're thinking like, oh, I shouldn't have missed, or everyone else is FCing, why am I not? And it can play on your mind as Loom drops at about 600 combo. Still 4 FCs, but 3 of them are on side Mexico.
Yeah, really strong on this pick. You gotta remember, this was Germany's pick as well. Not looking that hot for them right now. They're gonna need at least 3 misses, and there's one of them from Kasho.
Yeah, one of the only remaining double S on side Mexico has fallen. Marthmallow is still holding on to that double S, but droplets don't mean too much on a map of this length.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Combo is majorly important, and Mexico are blazing way ahead in that front as Vinci sees another drop just before those little wiggling triplets. Marthmallow is entering a... Oh yeah, Vinci dropping as well there, just not dashing far enough for that long, warm third jump. So no more SSs remaining, but still 2 full combos, both 1 droplet misses on the side of Mexico. Mexico looking so super strong right now.
Oh yeah. It's kind of incredible that they're still having 2 players FC at this point, and Kasho's only missed once.
I mean, Marthmallow now back up to 200 combo, Vinci about to do the same. So Germany have like settled the score difference, they've stopped the rot, but they're already over 100,000 points down, and there's only a quarter of the map still to go. And Mexico, between them 3 players, have missed once in the entire map.
There's another one.
Austria is going to drop right before that break, and Germany know they still have a chance. They see that drop from Austria.
Oh yeah, Germany needs to FC this last ki, but Vinci finds a miss, trades it with Kasho here.
You can see the frustration bubbling over there. Germany are still going to gain slightly, but I'm not sure that alone is going to be enough. They will need another miss from one of the Mexican players, and it's going to come real soon.
There's not much map left, just under 200 combo, I think. Everybody hits that. That was probably one of the most likely places that people could miss on this map. It's seeming that it's going to be, as we see another miss from Vinci, is going to be match point going towards Mexico unless something's drastically changed.
Yeah, we see a traded miss there from Austria and another miss from Kasho, but it is too little, too late. It's going to be a victory for Team Mexico, and you know, they've done it. 6 games to 2. Remember that this is a double elimination tournament, so neither team has been eliminated yet, but Mexico will be going through, staying in the winner's bracket, and as you said, competing against either Belgium or China, the winner of that match in next week's quarterfinals. Germany will drop down to the loser's bracket. They'll have to fight their way back through that side of the tournament in order to claim some glory. But for now, congratulations to Team Mexico and well played to Team Germany as well.
Yeah, well played to Mexico. They started off a little shaky, went 2-2, but then they ended up taking 4 points in a row to secure their victory. As you see here, part of the bracket that we have, scrolling up to the top.
So there you go, 3 of our winners bracket contestants continuing on have been decided already. Italy in a fantastic tiebreaker over Taiwan earlier today. Hong Kong in a match very similar to this one, lots of trading back and forth at the beginning, and then one team pulling out a big lead will be advancing in the very bottom side of the bracket as well. And Mexico just now, as you've seen on stream, victorious over Germany.
You see our upcoming matches. Next match is going to be 7 hours from now, quite a bit. Pretty late in the night or early in the morning, depending where you live. Korea versus Chile. I think that's the match to watch this week.
Yeah, so a 4-time champion versus a 1-time champion and 3-time podium placer. Chile get stronger and stronger as the tournament goes on. Is now a good time for them to challenge Korea? We've seen big teams get knocked into the losers bracket in like these round of 16 to quarterfinal stages because they can both play the map pools really well at that level. Is this the perfect opportunity for Chile to do the entire top side of the bracket a favor and put Korea down there in the losers bracket? But then again, if Korea win, Chile are a team that nobody in the losers bracket are going to want to be forced to play against either. Definitely not slouches.
It's going to be great matches. All these matches coming up going to be nice.
Yeah, so there's a 4th match, and then we'll have 4 more matches after the night through to tomorrow to conclude our round of 16. So we're going to be taking I want to say a short break, but it's a little bit of a long break. We'll be back in the late hours of the evening for all you Western Hemispheres. Very early if you're in EU. God rest your souls. And a nice morning treat for you if you're in the East. Then we're going to be coming to you early tomorrow morning. So from Sekra and myself, thank you all so much for watching. You've been beautiful. And we'll catch you at the next stream.
See ya.